Did you know that you're spending 5,950 plus hours every school year? With that amount of time, you can make $43,137.50 with minimum US wage. Interestingly enough, that means you would spend 71,400 plus hours to go through all 12 grades, missing out on a potential $570,650. So that raises the question, are you spending too little or the right amount of time at school? Well, back in the day in the 19th centuries, you could labor your own children to work. Timmy, go back to work! Which was obviously very tiresome. However, you did have a choice to go to school. But many were still working at the farms, and a person named Horseman hated that idea. Horseman was often credited as one who invented the concept of school. He was in several movements such as the Common School movement, and basically pushed everyone to have equal access to education, leading to the amount of school days to increase, and although not influenced by Horseman, child labor became illegal during this transition. Anyways, that leads up to our current era, where school days are around 175 to 180 days in the US. So you may ask yourself, why can't we learn things in a shorter period of time? And are we really spending enough time at school? This is where the controversy begins on how long school should actually be. Surprisingly, some people argue that you should be in school for the majority of the year, including summer break. However, that would be very controversial, because everyone loves summer break. But there's a really good reason why this would be beneficial. We all know that your brain kind of resets during summer break. So you spend the first month of school trying to remember what you were doing. Removing this 2-month break period would prevent that from happening. But there's actually a really good reason why they still made summer break despite its cons. So we all heard of burnout, right? Yeah. Timmy, stop burning yourself, that's not what I meant. Anyways, everyone experienced it, and it's impossible to avoid it with school. So if we want school to be all year, then summer break would need to evenly split up throughout the school year. Either schools need to have several 2-week break periods per year, or shorten the amount of school days per week. The first one is contradicting, because you can still forget things in a 2-week period, but weekends becoming longer can make students forget about things more often. So no matter how we make schools all year, everything would contradict itself. What if we shrink the amount of days in a school year? Well, that would work as long as you're fine with staying in school longer, which would throw off your sleeping schedule. And that would be even worse if you had extracurricular activities. This can lead to other complications. These complications include health damage and you being much more unhappy, which can lead you to die earlier. So building these bad habits is something that should be avoided. Timmy, stop staying up late. Anyways, without that, you'll be stuck with school for a couple more decades, if school hours don't increase. So the current amount of school days is a decent balance. If you found this video interesting, go check out this video.